Hey, what's going on, you beautiful people out there? My name is Mike Alexander. I'm a PGA professional. I coach people all over the world. I'm soon going to be teaching guys like GM Golf, the Grant fella, and the Pauser a lesson on the golf course, and that's if they have the balls to take me on. But before I take on those overprivileged frat boys, I'm going to show you today how you can strike your irons beautifully every time on the golf course to play with confidence and shoot lower scores. So let's get right into it. Right, so the first thing you've got to understand when it comes to hitting better iron shots is you've got to learn to set up to the golf ball correctly. So most of the time when I see people who struggle with their irons a lot, their setup is just so poor. We're going to see the legs really bent, the weight on the heels, the body too upright and the arms out like this. This is just a terrible, terrible setup, a terrible posture. And I see it so many times when people send me their swings on Instagram or people who I coach online. And when we change that, we start to see results immediately. So I'm going to show you how to set up properly in a minute. But what this does is it really limits your hips from being able to turn correctly. Your body's not in the correct posture, so you're going to be having your arms to do a lot of work for you. They're going to be here, there, everywhere, and it's going to be really hard to be consistent. And we need the arms to be in a consistent place. We need the arms to be connected to the body so that we can consistently strike that golf ball, because this is just a game of consistency, and so many of you are struggling with consistency. First of all, what do we want it to look like? Well, what it needs to look like is your legs are just slightly bent, the pressure is on the balls of your feet, your arms hang down low and naturally, and your body is in a better posture. It's a little more over the golf ball. So getting into this posture is absolutely key. It'll allow you to keep the club on plane throughout, to keep your arms connected to your body and produce a consistent strike just like that one. Let me show you a drill to help you get into that perfect setup. What you want to do is stand with your legs straight, your back straight, and your arms out like this. If you start the club at your belt buckle, put your arms straight out so the butt end of the club is just pointing straight directly to your belt buckle. Then from there we are going to bend from the hip. This is really important that you bend from the hip and you don't let your arms drop, and you keep your legs straight while you do this. So bending from the hip until the club hits the ground. Then we're going to take 2 steps. This is a 9-iron, so the ball's in the middle. Then we're going to soften the knees and have the balance on the balls of the feet. Now you're in fantastic setup. And for a lot of you it might feel like you're really bent over like this, but that's okay. You're just going to have to work through these uncomfortable feelings in order to get better at golf. There's just no other substitute for that. So then once we're set up, guys, we need to now think about the golf swing. So the first thing we're going to look at is the takeaway. So with the takeaway, what I see a lot of people doing is they start to rotate their chest and their hips very early in the takeaway, and that causes the club to get too far behind in the takeaway, resulting in the need for manipulations to get this club back on plane. That is no good, because once you start manipulating, then you've got to manipulate throughout the swing to get a strike. And again, that's not consistent. So what we want to see in the takeaway is that we are more pushing the club back like this, almost it's just like a putting action. So what I'm feeling here is that my arms and my shoulders are doing the work, and I'm really trying not to rotate my body at all. It will rotate a little, but I'm really trying to resist it. And I'm taking it back to here until the hands get just outside the right leg. So then from there, once we're in that great takeaway position, the club's on plane, then we're going to have to start setting this golf club. So what we want to see is that we use the wrists. And once this starts to happen, then we're going to start to rotate the hip and the body until we get into this halfway position. This is a really important position, because what we have here is fantastic connection with the right arm. That is what we need. We need this right arm to stay very connected to our body. So the armpit is tucked in and the elbow is in like this, and it's not chicken winging out like that. So if we do that, then we can keep the club on plane, and it's so much easier for us to strike that golf ball. So what I want you to do to start off with this is go 1 into your takeaway, 2 into the halfway position, and then strike. And that way you're going to start getting amazing iron contact straight away, okay? And the key as well is when you're coming through from that position is that you're transferring all of your weight across and keeping this club to finish nice and low. This is really going to help you build that strike that you're looking for, and this is really the foundation of your golf swing with your irons. So it's 1, 2, 3. The ball's going to go so straight, the strike's going to be incredible, and you're going to have massive consistency straight away. All right, so once we've mastered that halfway position, then it's time to start to finish the backswing. So what it should look like is from the halfway position, from here, what a lot of you do is you lift the arms and then you lose that connection. So you're going to have to manipulate. You're going to have to reconnect the arms, making your transition really arm dominant, which is going to lead to inconsistencies and a loss of power. So what we want to see instead is that from here, we're trying to extend the chest upward, keeping the arms in the same position. And that is what's going to keep that arm connection and really build an incredible coil, an incredible stretch in your backswing that you can then transition and unleash a whole load of power and be really consistent though, because your arms are still connected to your body, making it really easy to strike the golf ball. So we go 1, 2, 3 is extend, and then go. And all I want you to do for now is just get really good at the backswing. The backswing is so important for striking your irons. The downswing is also important, but the backswing is key because that sets us up to be in a position for us to deliver that golf club to the ball. So just practice this then. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all you need to do for now. In the next video, I'll talk a little bit more about the downswing. But if you would like me to look at your swing in any capacity, I do online lessons. I've got my own community as well of golfers that I go live with every week. Just comment the word Zoom down below and I'll get in touch with you and see if I can give you some more information on that. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.